Hello and welcome to IR Photo Tours, and today we're going to be talking about this little baby. A hands-on review about the DJI Pocket 2. Lovely old job. Ian here. If you're new to this channel, could you please just consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification? Thank you very much. Now today we have in my hands the new Pocket 2 from DJI. And what is it going to do for me as a vlogger and a traveller and a landscape photographer? Is this going to help me? I think it might. Sound quality is what I'm going to be reviewing today. The sound quality of it, how it performs in that respect, in wind as well, and also the quality of video itself as well, and how we can adjust certain aspects on it and my preferred settings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, finally it flips. So this is 4K at 24 frames a second. Looks very tight actually. It looks quite tight. So I think you'd need to possibly put, I mean this is arm's length at 4K, 24 frames a second. Right, okay, so that's 24 frames a second. I'm in desyn-like, so as you can see, very faded, not very nice really, to be fair. The sky is really blown out. I think I'd have to put the exposure down a bit as well if I was going to be on pro mode. It's a beautiful day, very clear day. So let's just do that. This is pro mode again. I've got a -1 on the exposure, and that is a hell of a lot better if you ask me. And we're in syn-log as well, so I can adjust the exposure how I want later on. So desyn-like is giving me that option. I've got no filter on at all. Haven't ordered any filters as yet, which I will do. I will get some filters for this. I'm at ISO 100. I'm not sure. I have plugged in a lav mic into this mic, and it is giving me an orange light. I don't know if you can see that. So there's an orange light on there, and that's normally green if you just go straight. I'll unplug this and show you. So that's straight without the windsock on, and it's very windy today actually, so this is not a bad test. So that's without the windsock on there. Now I've unplugged the lav mic and I've got a green light, so that indicates to me that it's connected to the Pocket 2. Unfortunately, as soon as I plug in said lead, it goes to orange. Now if anyone can tell me why that is, I'd much appreciate that, because I'd much rather use a lav mic than use this clunky big old thing here, which is huge really. I don't want that stuck on my chest there while I'm talking. I'd rather have a lavalier mic attached to it. So I don't know whether this is actually working on the lavalier mic or whether it's actually working on the system itself on the Pocket 2. So if I was to unplug this, that would turn green, and now I'm going to be talking through that. Now if I turn that off like so, I am now talking through the system on the Pocket 2. So whatever you're hearing now from me is through the Pocket 2. Now if I turn this camera around, there are speakers, there are mics on all corners of the Pocket 2, which I can face that way if I wish to and film that way, and there's a mic on the back here facing directly towards me, which picks up my voice. Now if I want to view that way, then I've got a mic on the side here, and I want to view that way, I've got a mic on the front. But my question is, can I use a lavalier mic? I don't know, because at the moment I'm doing this live right now, and I really don't know. I can see this being incredibly useful for vlogging for me, and especially when we can finally go somewhere. I'm not really going to use this for photography. It's just not what I want to do for photography. I would use this more for the vlogging, as I said, and use it for that. It does active track. You tap the face twice, and now it will active track. Oh, hello, where's it going? Well, that's a bit bizarre. So what's going on there? So what's it tracking then? That's a bit odd. Right, so I don't know what's going on, but we'll turn that off and we'll try and get back to my face. Not that it's pretty or anything, but you know. Oh, hello. Down. So now let's pick the face. Right, now it's face tracking. Right, that's better. So I don't know what the hell it was doing before, but it's now tracking my face. So I can go like that, like that, like that. Oh, it don't like that. Oh, it don't like it. I've got to be honest. I'm not impressed with this tracking. I'm not impressed. But the problem is, as soon as you go out and it's, look, there you go, look, it's lost. It's lost. And it says gimbal reached, gimbal limit reached. I'm not impressed with that, bud. I'm not impressed with that. There you go. Right, active track clearly only works as long as it's slow enough to keep you in focus, as long as that gimbal can keep up, you're all right. As soon as you go out of the screen like that and then come back in, it loses you. Totally lost me. No, not impressed with that. Okay, so that's one thing I found that I'm not very impressed with. So active track I thought was going to be good. I don't think it is on this, quite frankly. It's pretty damn good on the DJI Mavic, on the Mavics, on the drones, but not very good on these. You click the button twice at the top, and that goes to a magnifying glass. Get my words out in a minute. So it goes to a magnifying glass, and then with the thumb thing, you can go in 2 times. And if you're in 4K, which I am, 2 times is your limit. So you can go in 2 times, and hopefully that won't lose any detail. And then you can come back out to wide angle again. So that's quite cool in itself. And then you can come back out. So that's your zoom effect, which is pretty good. I like that. And that's in 4 times. That's in full 4K, 24 frames a second. As I say, it will do 60 frames a second, 4K. And there they are, bless them. Hello, chicks. Thank you for the eggs today. And autumn is definitely here, 100%. And yeah, can't go anywhere. What a shame. So anyway, that's that. And again, like I say, I haven't got the windsock on at the moment, so I have no idea what the sound's going to be like. And thank you, chickens, for our eggs. We love you very much for that. We do look after you. You are free range to do whatever you want in our garden, aren't you? Eh? You are? Yeah. Hello. Hello. Now don't go pecking my lens, will you? Hey? And you think, what the hell is that? But it does need that one stop down, especially in bright light like this. And it is a very sunny day today. For a change, I might add. All we've had is rain and cloud and all sorts going on. And of course, you know, if it's going to be lockdown, which it is in UK for us on Thursday, then please give us some nice clear skies like we got today. Because I love the astrophotography. So in all respects, if I've got to be in lockdown, then I shall do some astrophotography and try and help you guys out in the process as well. Okay, so I got it to flip. That was good. Wow. Indoors now and just sitting in the outhouse and quite a lot of light in here. It's a lovely day today, but it's very chilly. Can't believe I've still got a t-shirt on, to be honest. But there you go. We're going to go on to the 4K mode and the full HD 1080 mode as well. And what I'm filming on right now is the 1080 video film. And I'm going to go to, and this is what you're seeing. Okay, so I've set this camera up on a tabletop, and you have got all of this around here, and that is what I would say is what you'd normally view at arm's length. So that is arm's length. I'm picking it up now. That's arm's length, and I'm putting it straight down onto the tabletop. Okay, now we're going to turn that over to 4K mode. So this is 4K mode, I believe. Hold on. Yeah, so this is 4K in 24 frames a second. And again, this is 1080, 24 frames a second. And actually, there's barely any difference, is there? Actually, I thought there was a big difference for some bizarre reason. So that's 1080 at 24 frames a second. Arms stretched out as they should be. And go back to 4K. So this is 4K at 24 frames a second. Can you see any difference? So we're going to go on to 4K 60 frames a second right now, see if there's any crop on that. And actually there doesn't seem to be anything going on. And just to mention, by the way, I did have wind noise reduction on when I was outside. So did that kind of work for us? Let's just find out. This is without wind noise reduction. This is with wind noise reduction on in a very windy environment. So let's see what happens there. So this is with wind reduction on. So I don't know whether that's working well or not, but that is, yeah, the wind's picking up now. So hopefully that will give you a good idea of with what's going on with the wind reduction on and the sound quality. But yeah, that's a nice little test. Yeah, quite breezy out here, and if that does well with no windsock and everything on there, then this is straight on the Pocket 2 itself, so the stereo mics that are going on, and this is with wind noise reduction off. So how does that sound? Is that sounding quite good or not? I mean, I'm putting the thing into the wind, so it should be picking up the wind, I would have thought. But that's with wind reduction off, and this, yeah, we're getting some wind now. Yeah, so it's not a bad camera. There's a lot of functions there that actually work really well and work well for me as a vlogger and a traveller and somebody that likes travelling and exploring. I think this camera would work extremely well for me. It's better than a GoPro for me personally. GoPros have their place. They definitely have their place. They have their place for fast action, skiing, stuff like that, and a lot of sports. They're quite rugged when they're, when they're thrown about with you, like on a bicycle, maybe on a mountain bike or skiing or parachuting. They have their place. They are proper sports cameras, the GoPros, and I have two myself. But this is perfect for my scenario, which is vlogging and travelling and showing just getting out your pocket straight away, and you hike up a mountain. This weighs nothing at all. I mean, I can keep my arm stretched out like that forever more. You know, my arm would ache eventually, but there's nothing, no weight in this camera at all. So it's a very good camera in that respect. I think if I had the filters, which I will invest in, they're magnetised and they magnetise straight on, then you're going to get a lot better exposure control on a beautiful sunny day like today. Definitely, that would work well, and you'd keep your ISO nice and clean at 100 ISO, and keep the frame rate where it should be. Now 24 frames a second in 4K. So 24 frames a second, the shutter speed ought to be 1/48th of a second, I should say. So all in all, quite a nice little camera, and I was quite concerned about the little tripod it comes with, but that's actually a really cool tripod, and it is really sturdy. I am actually pleasantly surprised with that in itself. So yeah, well done DJI. That is actually quite a cool little tripod, that one. Tell me down below what you think of all of this and what we've gone through at the moment. If there's something I've missed, I'm sure there is. There is plenty in this camera that I've probably missed. I have done a full review on this camera. Links just there up above, and this is more to do with the fact that what am I going to use it for, and where is it going to benefit me, and kind of I'm showing you now, and what I've shown you is really how this camera would benefit me. The active track on this, a little bit disappointed in that, because as soon as you go out of the frame, that's it, you're lost. The active track completely stops. So, and that's easy to do on this little camera. Very easy to get out of frame quick. So, not really impressed with the active track on this, to be fair. Maybe it's practice, maybe there needs to be a firmware upgrade for it, but that's my first impressions. If you've had any other experiences with the active track on this, then yeah, a shout down there as well if you like. But for me at the moment, the active track doesn't really work that well, so that's the downsides for me. There aren't really many downsides apart from that. I like it. I like the camera. I like what they've done, and I think it works really well. The quality of the video is pretty good. I do know that DJI files can be a little bit labour intensive for Final Cut Pro, even though they're not that massive. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, from now, guys, I think I've said a lot about this camera already. I can see potential in it, definitely. I can see lots of potential in it. I'm enjoying it, it's good fun, and that's the point as well. That's the upside of a camera for me, is it's got to be small enough that you can get out of your pocket, you can start videoing and enjoying it straight away without having to mess about. It's a bit like having your phone and doing it with your phone as well, except this is a lot better. It has your mic, it has a good mic, good sound system to it, and it also has good video quality to it as well. So I like the desync like. I like the fact that you can colour grade the video. I like the fact that you can get good quality sound from it with these mics. Yeah, actually at the moment I'm recording on the main Pocket 2. I've just turned that on, so now I'm talking through this and without the windsock on, because we're indoors. Don't really need the windsock on, I don't think. However, if I was to put the windsock on, how's that sound? Does that sound better with the windsock on or without it? Who knows? Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in for another video from IR Photo Tours and me, Ian Robinson, and appreciate all your comments down below. If you can leave comments about it, see what you think, how it's going to affect you. Will you buy one? I certainly did. I was very tempted, so there it is. I was tempted for a number of reasons, as you know, being a landscape photographer and doing videography this little kiddie would work extremely well. Like I said on the video, I do love this little tripod, tiny little tripod. It works really well. You can put this on another tripod if you wish to, like a Joby for example. You could put that on, take this one off and put it onto this one here. You could do that. There's so many options for it. You could put it on a tripod if you wish to. The fact is, it's a nice, neat little inconspicuous camera, and it has a fantastic sound to it, I think. And it is about the sound as well as the quality of the video. So from me here, it's been a lovely old job. See you next time.